Hey there, and welcome. You know that feeling when you try to explain something, like a specific taste or a memory, and the words you use just don't quite do it justice? Well, that exact challenge is what we're jumping into today with a fascinating field of philosophy called phenomenology.
So, to kick things off, we've got to ask a question that's both really simple and kind of profound. Who experiences what? I know, it sounds super basic, right? But stick with me, because the answer opens up a whole new way of looking at our place in the world. And the answer is, well, it's us. We do. As conscious beings, we experience everything. Just think about it for a second. We experience tangible physical objects, like maybe the phone in your hand right now. But we also experience all the intangible things, like a feeling of excitement, the concept of justice, or just a really fond memory.
Okay, so our lives are basically just this constant stream of experiences, one after another. But how do you actually study that formally? Well, as you might have guessed, there's a name for that. And that name is phenomenology. At its core, it's the study of any experience of something, or what's called a phenomenon. Now, a phenomenon isn't some huge rare event. It's literally anything that shows up in our consciousness. We're talking about the specific taste of your morning coffee, or the feeling of a cool breeze on your skin. Phenomenology is all about how we experience it from our own unique first-person perspective.
Now, this all sounds great as a philosophical idea, but I bet you're wondering, okay, but how is this actually useful in the real world? And that's a fantastic question, because this isn't just about thinking deep thoughts, it's also about doing.
This is where the phenomenological approach comes in. It's actually a super powerful research method. Researchers, say in psychology or healthcare, use it to truly understand people's lived experiences. So instead of a simple survey with a rating from 1 to 5, they'll do these in-depth interviews to get at the rich, messy texture of what it's really like to be a first-time parent or to live with a chronic illness. It's about capturing the whole story, not just a data point.
So where did this powerful idea even come from? Well, let's meet the two founders who really got the ball rolling on all this. What's really interesting is that their different takes on the whole idea are what shaped the entire field. So who are the two main proponents of phenomenology?
First up, we have Edmund Husserl, who developed something called transcendental phenomenology. Husserl's big idea was to find the pure, universal essence of an experience. He said we should bracket off our personal biases and assumptions to get to the core structure of consciousness itself. But then his student, Martin Heidegger, he went down a totally different path with interpretive phenomenology. Heidegger argued that you can't just separate an experience from the context of being a person living in the world. For him, our interpretations, our histories, our moods, they aren't distractions. They are a fundamental part of the experience.
All right, we've covered the what, the how, and the who. So let's bring it all together and ask the big question. Why does any of this really matter?
So let's boil it down. The key takeaways here are: 1. Phenomenology is the study of experience. Simple as that. 2. It gives us a real practical research approach to understand other people's perspectives. And 3. Husserl and Heidegger are the two main founders who kicked this whole thing off.
And that leaves us with one final provocative question to chew on. We have all these methods to study and describe an experience, but can we ever truly share one? Can I ever really know exactly what it's like to be you? It's a huge question and definitely something to ponder. Thanks for watching.